Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Jamaica News in Review. 22-year-old charged in relation to shooting death of man at home. A man was arrested for his part in the murder of a man who was shot dead while he took a bath at home on Lincoln Crescent in Kingston on Wednesday, May 5th. Dead is 41-year-old Andre Stevens, a laborer of Lincoln Crescent address. Charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition is 22 years old Ethan Thomas of Walker's Avenue in Gregory Park, St. Catherine. Reports are that about 7:15 a.m., Stevens was at the rear of the premises taking a bath when he was attacked by Thompson and other gunmen who shot him several times. The police were alerted and Stevens was taken into hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following an investigation, Thompson was arrested and charged after he was questioned in the presence of his attorney. The other gunmen are currently being sought by the police. Thompson's court date has not been finalized. 18-year-old woman in custody over stabbing death of 31-year-old man in St. Andrew. An 18-year-old woman has been arrested over the stabbing death of a 31-year-old man in Mount All District in Laverne, St. Andrew. Reports are that about 8:15 p.m., West was stabbed with a knife during a dispute with the woman. The police say the two live at the same location and that the man was the woman's ex-uncle-in-law. The two had an initial confrontation from which the woman reportedly ran to another house. The stabbing reportedly took place during a second altercation after the two met in a walkway leading to their yard. West collapsed and was assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital where he was pronounced dead. A knife believed to be the murder weapon was retrieved from the scene, reporters understand. Firearm seized during alleged confrontation with police in St. Elizabeth. Lawmen assigned to the Black River Police Station are now in possession of a prohibited weapon that was seized during a shootout in Spring Park in the parish on Saturday. Reports are that about 6 p.m., a gunman was shot as he engaged in a battle with police. When the gunfire ceased, one Taurus .357 Magnum and 3 rounds of ammunition was seized. The gunman is now reportedly in hospital under police guard. Investigations are ongoing. Man flees from police, leaving firearm behind on Beeson Street. A team of officers assigned to the Kingston Western Police Division seized one prohibited weapon and 17 rounds of ammunition on Beeson Street on Saturday. Reports from the Denham Town Police are that about 8:15 p.m., lawmen were on patrol in the area when they saw a group of men along the roadway, one of whom was reported holding something seemed to be a firearm. On seeing the police team, the man allegedly dropped the item on the ground before making his escape on foot. The item was retrieved and, upon closer examination, was found to be a 9mm Taurus pistol with a magazine containing 17 9mm rounds. No one was arrested in relation to this seizure. Police constable shot dead in suspected suicide. A police constable is dead after he was shot in the head at his home in Hanover on Sunday afternoon. He died while undergoing treatment at hospital. Preliminary information and observation suggest that the shot was self-inflicted, authorities stated. Information reaching reporter is that the police constable had been suicidal in recent times. Police say that several suicide notes were found in the home since the incident. The deceased officer's identity has not been released. Accountant handed down 26-year sentence for 2018 deadly shooting of taxi operator. Philip Whitaker, the 57-year-old accountant who was convicted for the 2018 murder of 43-year-old Trelawney taxi operator Garfield Binloss, was sentenced to 26 years in prison when he appeared in the Trelawney Circuit Court on Friday, July 7. Whitaker was found guilty by a panel of jurors when he appeared in the Trelawney Circuit Court earlier this month. The sentence was handed down by Chief Justice. Whitaker, which have to serve 15 years before he becomes eligible for parole. The court heard that about 11 p.m. on Thursday, November 8, 2018, Whitaker, a licensed firearm holder, shot and killed Binloss during a dispute in Falmouth. Whitaker reported the incident to the Falmouth police station, where he was held and subsequently charged after being interrogated in the presence of his attorney. He was represented in the Trelawney Circuit Court by Christopher Thousand. 37 Haitians land in Portland. Some 10 children are among 37 Haitians who landed at the Boston Beach in Portland yesterday afternoon in a sailboat. The children are believed to be below age 9. The Haitians appeared in good health A medical team was contacted to arrive at the scene to conduct screening. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are monitoring the situation. The Haitians complained about being hungry and were fed by residents of the Boston community. Wanted man shot and killed in Mount Salem, St. James in alleged confrontation with police. A man who was reportedly wanted for several crimes in Mount Salem, St. James was shot and killed in an alleged confrontation with the police on July 11. Dead is Stephen Johnson, otherwise called Poppy. Head of operations for the St. James Police, Senior Superintendent Aaron Samuels told reporters that the police responded to a call about shots being fired in the area. He said upon arrival of the lawmen, they were reportedly fired on by gunmen. According to Senior Superintendent Samuels, the police returned fire and Johnson was shot. A firearm was also allegedly seized. Senior Superintendent noted that Johnson has been linked to recent flare-up of violence in Mount Salem space. He also called on a man known only by his alias Brokan, who the police believe is also linked to the recent violence in Mount Salem, to turn himself in. Senior Superintendent Samuels said the police will not allow criminals to hold the division at ransom.
Last night, we received some intelligence about a man having a firearm at a particular location. An operation was done, and with the members of the JDF and the members of the Special Weapons and Tactics Team from Specialized Operations SWAT. Upon reaching the premises in the Mount Salem space, one man who was in an elevated position fired at the members of the security forces. They returned fire. He was locked up in a building. The team then reached, and then fire was opened on the members of the security forces again. They repelled the attack, and at the end of the ordeal, one man was seen lying, appeared to be injured, clutching a 9mm pistol. He is one of the major violence producers in the division. The whole Mount Salem zone of special operation, he's one of the main persons who aggravated the situation in recent times there, along with one that they call Brokan. He has been linked to several murders and shooting, including shooting with intent against police officers before. But we are appealing to all the persons who are involved in this gang warfare to turn themselves in. When we list you as a person of interest, turn yourselves in. It's not our intention to resort to having confrontations with gunmen. But when we do, we expect that our police officers will defend themselves with as much force as is necessary to deal with the attack.
2 women among 3 in custody following raid gun seizure in Green Pond. 2 women are among 3 suspected key members of a notorious Only the Family gang that were taken into custody following a major gun and ammunition seizure in Green Pond, St. James on Thursday morning. An attorney of the 3 suspects says his client remains in custody but not charged, and security personnel have returned to the scene to carry out further investigations. This information was confirmed by senior police sources. During the raid conducted by the Police Joint Anti-Gang Task Force, 3 rifles, 4 pistols, and an estimated 200 rounds of ammunition were seized. During the operation, a Toyota Crown motor car was also removed from the premises. Head of Operations for St. James, Superintendent Aaron Samuels, reported that they also seized contraband, cash in Jamaican and United States currencies, and several electronic devices.
This morning, members of this Joint Anti-Gang Task Force, basically specialized ops and the military, carried out a targeted operation in the Green Pond area of St. James. During that operation, so the premises was searched where 5 weapons were found and a large quantity of ammunition. 3 persons have been arrested thus far, I can confirm. There are some other persons being targeted in this operation, so it is continuing and we should hopefully see some additional results.
Man found dead with chop wounds in his Anatobe home. A man was found dead with several chop wounds to his body at his home in Anatobe, St. Mary. The assailant is reportedly on the run. Dead is Patrick Samuels, otherwise called Bongoriki, of P&P Lane in Anatobe in the parish. According to the Anatobe police, Samuels was murdered early Wednesday morning. Reports are that neighbors hear shouts for help coming from the deceased's home. Upon their investigation, they saw Samuels lying on the ground outside his 1-bedroom wooden house with chop wounds. The police were summoned and he was taken to the Anatobe hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Information is that Samuels is not known to be in any altercation with anyone, and a motive for his murder has not been ascertained. Investigations continue. 6 in custody after seizure of firearms, notebook, 14 cell phone with overseas resident information in Portland. 6 men were arrested after 2 homemade firearms, a notebook and 14 cell phones containing information about overseas residents were seized in an operation at Orrit Lane, Buff Bay, Portland on Wednesday. Reports from the Port Mara police are that about 1:30 p.m., lawmen carried out an operation in the area when the premises was searched and the 2 firearms found. A further search of the property revealed 1 notebook and 1 Samsung cellular phone containing the identity and contact information of persons living overseas. 13 additional cellular phones were found in a bag beside the dwelling. Another premises in the area was searched and the 6 men were taken into custody. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Church murder trial, stepson walks, triggerman does not take the stand. Javan Garwood, who was charged with the murder of his stepmother Angelo Garwood, as she worshipped in church, has been found not guilty. This after the Crown told the court no further evidence would be presented against Garwood. Chief Justice Bryan then directed jurors to deliver a verdict of not guilty. The Crown's case collapsed after convicted triggerman Dwight Prince Brigham did not take the stand. Shopkeeper shot and killed in St. James. The Montego Bay police are probing the death of 59-year-old Verol, a shopkeeper of Cedar Hill, Somerton, St. James, who was shot and killed on Sunday, July 9. Reports are that about 7 a.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. During the check by the police team, Verol was seen clad in a white merino and blue jeans pants, lying face down in a pool of blood, with bullet wounds to the head and upper body. He was transported to the Conroe Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations continue. Kingston man charged after confrontation with cop. A 22-year-old man has been arrested and charged with shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition, following a confrontation with an off-duty police officer on Beatrice Crescent and Rosalie Avenue, Kingston 11, on Tuesday, July 4. He is Malik Peart, a painter of Havendale Drive, Kingston 19. Reports from the Hunts Bay police are that about 7:30 p.m., the off-duty officer heard explosions and saw Peart and 3 other men with handguns coming from the premises. The men challenged the off-duty officer and made their escape in the area. Peart later turned up at the hospital with gunshot wounds. He was positively identified by the officer and was subsequently placed on the police guard and charged. Mandeville man charged following stabbing incident. Detectives assigned to the Mandeville Criminal Investigations Branch have arrested and charged a 38-year-old man for allegedly stabbing another man on Walderston Square in the parish on Wednesday, July 5th. He is Shimry Hunter of Walderston, Manchester. He has been charged with wounding with intent. Reports are that about 5 p.m., the complainant was at a car wash where he works when Hunter attacked and stabbed the complainant multiple times. The complainant was taken to hospital where he was admitted for treatment. Hunter was later pointed out to the police and was arrested and charged. His court date is being finalized. PNP moving forward in Western Westmoreland despite resignation of 3 councillors. The People's National Party PNP has acknowledged the resignation of councillors Ian Miles, Lawton Mackenzie and Garfield James from Western Westmoreland constituency. The 3 councillors announced their resignation at a press conference held at the Hotel Commenter in Savannah Lamar on Monday morning. The resignation by the councillors is a fallout from the party's decision to allow the party's Vice President Ian Hayes to offer himself as a constituency caretaker aspirant despite opposition. Mayor of Savannah Lamar, Bertel Moore, who is the councillor for the Negro Division and was expected to be part of the caucus of councillors, did not show up. General Secretary of the PNP, Dr. Dayton Campbell, said the PNP remains steadfast in its commitment to its democratic traditions and is focused on moving forward with the organizing of Westmoreland Western. Western Westmoreland recently participated in a democratic exercise to select its MP candidate. These 3 councillors were unsuccessful in their campaign for Garfield James to be the candidate. The delegates of the party and the citizens of the constituency have spoken, and the party is moving forward in favor of democracy and the people's will. Campbell said the PNP has full confidence in the strength and resilience of the Western Westmoreland constituency organization to carry forward the people's business. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell